Think your hometown changed a lot? Just wait until you see these places. Some vanished, others rose from nothing, and a few completely unrecognizable. Let's take a trip through history's most stunning moments. 30. Michigan Theater. Once a grand movie palace, the Michigan Theater in Detroit was a place of luxury. Fast forward to today, it's a parking garage, with traces of its ornate ceiling still visible above the cars. It's a surreal contrast between past elegance and modern practicality. 29. St. Peter's Square. Before the crowds and cameras, St. Peter's Square was a quiet open space in Vatican City. The old photo shows empty streets and minimal traffic. Now, it's a massive gathering spot, packed with tourists and events that draw thousands at a time. 28. Glacier National Park. Once home to over 150 glaciers, this stunning park has lost nearly 80% of them due to climate change. The difference between the old icy landscapes and today's melting remnants is shocking, and a reminder of how quickly nature can change. 27. The original Disneyland parking lot. Back when Disneyland first opened, it had a massive parking lot right in front. That spot? It's now California Adventure, an entire second theme park. The before and after shot is unreal. It's hard to imagine that there was once nothing but cars where rides now stand. Not all places became more lively. Some were completely abandoned, left frozen in time. 26. Hashima Island, Japan. This island was once a booming coal mining town with thousands of residents. Now, a ghost town. After the mine shut down, people left overnight. The old image shows packed apartments. The new one shows crumbling ruins swallowed by nature. They say that if you found this tale captivating, leaving a like and hitting that subscribe button would be as thrilling as uncovering a hidden treasure. Ellis Island Immigration Station. Millions of immigrants pass through these halls, full of hope. The old photo shows packed rooms, people waiting for their future, and nod to the echoes to the past. Today, it's a museum, eerily empty, preserving the stories of those who started a new life here. 24. The Bougainville Copper Mine, Papua New Guinea. Once a booming copper mine fueling global industries, Bougainville was alive with workers and heavy machinery. But after the Civil War erupted, it was abandoned overnight. This old photo shows a thriving operation. Today, rusted equipment and crumbling buildings are being swallowed by the jungle, nature reclaiming lost industry. These villages thrived on Cambodia's largest lake. The old photos show communities floating on wooden rafts. 23. The floating villages of Tonle Sap, Cambodia. Today, with water levels changing, many have been forced to move, and parts of the lake are drying up, reshaping life for thousands. And speaking of transformations, imagine building an entire town from scratch only for it to be abandoned and reclaimed by nature. A place once thriving, now vanishing into the jungle. Stay tuned until the end to explore it. 22. Kowloon Walled City, Hong Kong. Once the densest place on Earth, this lawless city block was packed with over 30,000 people in just a few acres. This old photo shows a towering maze of apartments. Now, it's a peaceful park. Impossible to imagine what once stood there. 21. The lost city of Heraklion. Once a thriving Egyptian port, Heraklion mysteriously sank into the sea over 1,000 years ago. The old records describe a powerful trade hub. Today, divers explore its sunken ruins, frozen in time beneath the waves. Early explorers found the Great Sphinx half buried in sand, barely recognizable. 20. The Sphinx before restoration. The old images show just the head sticking out. Today, thanks to restoration, its full form is visible, though erosion continues to shape its face. But while some places were buried, others were reborn from the ashes of destruction. 19. Dresden, Germany. Bombed nearly to the ground in World War II, Dresden was unrecognizable in 1945. The old photo shows nothing but ruins. Today, it has been beautifully rebuilt, a striking example of how cities can rise again. 18. Warsaw's Old Town. Another World War II casualty, Warsaw's historic district was reduced to rubble. The before photo is haunting. Today, thanks to incredible reconstruction, it looks just like it did centuries ago, almost as if history rewound itself. 17. Valparaiso Funiculars, Chile. These charming hillside elevators once defined the Chilean port city. The old photo shows them in full use. Today, most are abandoned, rusting away, reminders of an era when they were a key part of daily life. Now imagine a place where there was once nothing but sand, now towering over the world with futuristic skyscrapers. Sounds impossible? Just wait until you see what happened to it. 16. Fordlandia, Henry Ford's abandoned jungle utopia. Henry Ford built an entire town in the Amazon rainforest to produce rubber. The old image shows factories and homes, but when the project failed, everyone left, and today, nature is swallowing what's left of Henry Ford's dreams. 15. The Berlin Palace. Once a symbol of German royalty, this palace was demolished during the communist era. The old image shows the grand architecture. Today, it's been rebuilt from scratch, proving that even lost landmarks can make a comeback. 14. Teotihuacan Pyramids. Once overgrown and forgotten, these pyramids were hidden beneath layers of dirt. The old photo shows them barely visible. Today, they are fully restored and are one of Mexico's greatest archaeological wonders. And while some places were rediscovered, others were completely reinvented. 13. The Mansell Sea Forts, UK. Rising from the sea, like something out of a sci-fi nightmare, the Mansell Sea Forts were built during World War II to defend British coasts from enemy attacks. The old photo showed soldiers stationed in these eerie metal towers. Today, abandoned and rusting, they stand as lonely relics of war, slowly being reclaimed by the ocean. 12. The Black Forest Clock Factories. Once the heart of handcrafted timepieces, Germany's Black Forest was filled with wooden clock workshops, where skilled artisans carved intricate cuckoo clocks by hand. The old photo shows craftsmen bent over their workbenches. Today, mass production has nearly erased this tradition, leaving only a few surviving workshops as reminders of a slower, more meticulous era. 11. Manhattan's Elevated Railroads. Once, New York had trains running above its streets. The before image shows metal tracks casting shadows over pedestrians. Today, they have been removed or turned into the famous High Lane Park, giving new life to old structures. A city once swallowed by time, hidden beneath the sands, now stands as a breathtaking wonder, carved into rock and rediscovered for the world to see. 10. Skara Brae, Scotland. Hidden beneath the sand for thousands of years, Skara Brae was forgotten until a storm uncovered its ancient stone houses. The before photos show archaeologists brushing away history. Now, it stands as one of the best preserved Neolithic villages, a glimpse into prehistoric life. 9. The Salton Sea, California. Once a booming resort town, the Salton Sea was an accidental lake that became a paradise for tourists, filled with yachts, beach parties, and fishing. But rising salinity, toxic runoff, and mass fish die-offs turned it into an ecological disaster. Today, the ghostly remains of abandoned buildings and lifeless shores make it feel like a real-world wasteland. 8. The transformation of Dubai. A desert outpost with scattered huts in the 1950s, Dubai's transformation is mind-blowing. The old photo shows sand and simplicity. Now, a sci-fi skyline, artificial islands, and the tallest skyscrapers in the world. It's a city that practically rewrote reality. 7. The Amazon rainforest. Once a thriving, unbroken jungle, the Amazon was Earth's green powerhouse. The old photos show endless forests. Now, deforestation carves deep wounds, cleared land, fading rivers, and vanishing wildlife, pushing the rainforest towards an uncertain future. 6. Petra, Jordan. For centuries, Petra was a lost city buried in history and sand. Early explorers captured its weathered ruins, barely visible. Now fully excavated and world famous, its breathtaking rock-carved structures attract visitors who walk the same paths as the ancient Nabateans. 5. The Maldives. Once quiet fishing islands with wooden boats dotting the shore, the Maldives have transformed into a billionaire's paradise. The old images show simple coastal life. Now overwater bungalows, luxury resorts, and climate concerns dominate these rapidly changing islands. 4. The Great Barrier Reef. Once bursting with life, the Great Barrier Reef was an underwater masterpiece, its coral gardens dazzling with color. Now, bleached, fragile, and fading fast. Rising temperatures and pollution have turned vibrancy into eerie, lifeless remains. 3. The Brooklyn Navy Yard. During World War II, the Brooklyn Navy Yard was packed with warships and bustling workers. The old photo shows factories and towering cranes. Today, it's been reinvented as a modern hub for tech startups and innovation, blending history with cutting-edge industry. 2. The Amazon River. The lifeline of the rainforest. The Amazon River once flowed freely through untouched wilderness. The old photos captured endless water and dense jungle. Now, deforestation, dam projects, and droughts have shrunk parts of the river, threatening its ecosystems. 1. Pompeii. Once a thriving Roman city, Pompeii was wiped out in an instant when Mount Vesuvius erupted. The ancient streets, frozen in time, show a civilization caught mid-movement. Today is one of the world's most haunting archaeological sites, history preserved in ash. History changes ahead, yet echoes of the past linger. These transformations showcase time's might and nature's and humanity's resilience. Like and share. Also, explore our journey tracing actors' rise from debut roles to stardom, and subscribe for more thrilling adventures now.